Some ingredients in Johnson & Johnson's COVID vaccines got mixed up, ruining 15 million potential doses.
Now, it being the third conference where it's only streamed, it's just so crazy that how that COVID affects stuff like this so much.
How COVID affects the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints' General Conference this weekend.
Totally comfortable with airlines and other businesses starting to get rid of these COVID restrictions that they've had on.
What COVID restrictions Delta is lifting. Welcome to Newsline. It's Thursday, April 1st. I'm Katherine Bennett.
And I'm Tucker Thompson. Breaking news. Governor Spencer Cox extends the mask mandate for state employees and state properties until at least May 31st.
All executive branch employees will be expected to still wear a mask at work. Even with the statewide mask mandate ending on April 10th, Cox says those who have been vaccinated will still be required to wear masks at work.
Millions of Johnson & Johnson and AstraZeneca vaccine doses have been ruined because of an accident in the production plant.
This is a very bad situation considering the current spike in cases. Amy Kawada has the details.
A mistake at Emergent Biosolutions inside its East Baltimore plant. The New York Times reports the ingredients for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, as well as the AstraZeneca shot made here, somehow got mixed up, possibly ruining nearly 15 million doses.
We freeze them down and we ship them out of here to contract fillers who put them in the vials.
Governor Hogan toured this facility back in February and praised the work being done here. According to the Times, the issue has halted future shipments of the Johnson & Johnson shot, while the FDA investigates what happened. The mix-up is reportedly blamed on human error. In a statement, Johnson & Johnson says, in part, one batch of drug substance did not meet quality standards, adding none of the doses made in Baltimore have been used because the FDA has yet to approve the facility. Emergent says it's awaiting that approval, which the Times says is delayed because of the vaccine mix-up. This comes as COVID cases and the statewide positivity rate continues to climb, its highest in Harford County at 9.3%, more than doubling in the past month. Leaders there are keeping a close eye on numbers, but the county executive says there's no need for more restrictions.
I kind of think we're beyond that point. I think we've got to continue to push to get everyone vaccinated.
Harford County's health officer says people ages 20 to 50 are to blame for the current spike.
If we keep on getting this many young people infections, we're going to see deaths of young, healthy people with full lives that could have been ahead of them.
Summit County says it will not reinforce its own mask mandate after Utah's mandate ends on April 10th. School districts can continue to require masks on their own until July 1st. Summit County Council thinks that this rule would limit any of their own mask mandates. The council still encourages the public to wear masks. The majority of businesses from a Park City survey say they will still require masks.
If you're a frequent flyer, you can expect to see some changes on Delta's airlines. Newsline reporter Andrew Reed tells us about the airline's plans to lift travel restrictions. Andrew?
COVID-19 restrictions are continuing to lift, including on Delta flights. Delta has announced that within the next couple of weeks, you can expect to see full middle seats and the return of on-flight snacks. On May 1st, the airline will begin booking middle seats again, making it the last U.S. airline to lift this restriction. On April 14th, they will also resume regular snack distribution, followed by hot food options returning this summer. Delta put these restrictions in place last year to try and reduce the amount of physical touch between customers and employees.
I'm personally totally comfortable with airlines and other businesses starting to get rid of these COVID restrictions that they've had on.
Delta took the acceleration of the COVID vaccine across the nation into consideration when making the decision to start lifting restrictions.
I flew like a year ago at the beginning of COVID stuff and then just this past weekend. And I feel like Delta handled it super well.
In a memo to employees, Delta CEO Ed Bastian says Delta customers are ready to reconnect and return to the skies.
I think I'm pretty okay with it. I actually just flew with another airline like a couple weeks ago, a different one, and they had their middle seats booked and I felt kind of okay. The only thing is like if they lifted their mask already, I think I would feel uncomfortable.
Although they plan to lift most restrictions, masks will remain a requirement during flights. Flight crews will also continue enhanced cleaning standards.
I think it's time to kind of bring back normalcy in traveling. It'll be nice when more flights are available for certain places.
Delta also says that credits people have received for canceled flights will extend through the end of 2022. Reporting for Newsline, I'm Andrew Reed.
Thanks, Andrew.
changes have been made to the General Church Handbook for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
As new inspiration or revelation comes, the handbook can be updated to meet the conditions of the children of God.
The update includes new sections aimed toward youth and young adult church members, specifically about vaccinations. Changes are made to the handbook to help leaders implement and adapt to the church's programs, policies, and procedures. General Conference will be held virtually this Saturday and Sunday. As NewsLine reporter Chloe Stewart tells us, things will look a little different as viewers cannot gather together to watch due to COVID safety restrictions.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints 191st Annual General Conference is this upcoming Easter weekend. While members cannot gather together in person to worship due to COVID restrictions, many will be watching the conference online. This April will mark the third LDS General Conference where patrons cannot gather at the Conference Center in Salt Lake City to view the sessions live. Fortunately, the church will broadcast the conference around the world, allowing anyone to watch.
Now, it being the third conference where it's only streamed, it's just so crazy that how that COVID affects stuff like this so much.
Typically, thousands of worshipers come together in Salt Lake City at the Conference Center at Temple Square to hear the leaders of the LDS Church speak. Due to COVID restrictions, the church will not allow any gatherings at the Conference Center or in meeting houses for members to watch the broadcast. It is not yet known if the church will permit gatherings for the next General Conference sessions in October.
I'm really upset that this is my last semester being at BYU and most likely my last semester living in Provo, so the chances of going to conference are going to be a lot more difficult in the future.
Many people living in Utah, like students, are away from family during this eventful weekend. Many are Utah natives who have family they can spend time with nearby.
I live in Utah, so I get to go home with my family and watch General Conference, which is fun, and it's Easter Sunday, so I get to spend even more time with them.
Many Utahns who typically attend General Conference in person are disappointed that another conference weekend will come and go where COVID restrictions prevent any gatherings at the Conference Center. Every person has different circumstances, but they can still access all sessions of General Conference online, on TV, or on the BYU TV app, no matter where they live. To watch LDS General Conference, visit byutv.org. Reporting for NewsLine in Provo, I'm Chloe Stewart.
Thanks, Chloe.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has released the April 2021 edition of the semi-annual World Report.
This is the World Report of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, April 2021.
The report includes the church's partnership with Black 14 Philanthropy, natural disaster cleanup efforts, and virtual devotionals that the church held to unite members of the church across the globe.
The driver's ed instructor at Springville High School resigns. Dan Money was accused of making inappropriate comments to many girls throughout his teaching career. After around 4,000 students, alumni, and other supporters signed an online petition demanding Money be fired, they protested in front of the school on Monday morning. Yesterday, Nebo School District announced that Money will no longer be teaching at Springville High School.
Weber County Search and Rescue saves 2 hikers from Bose Canyon. In the late afternoon, the hikers called 911 after being stranded in a cliff area because of snow and ice. The first responders looked for the hikers with 2 climbing teams and a drone. The drone spotted the hikers near the top of the canyon. Because of signs of mild hypothermia, a helicopter took both of the hikers to the trailhead. Both of the hikers are safe and healthy.
A wildlife team at the Salt Lake City Airport is investigating the emergency landing with the Utah Jazz. A plane carrying Utah Jazz players made an emergency landing yesterday when it struck a flock of birds after takeoff. The plane was heading to Memphis for the team's game against the Grizzlies. The bird strike damaged the plane's left engine. The team did not report any injuries, but were shaken by the incident.
And it felt like the plane was like breaking apart in midair. So for us, we, for, like I said, for 5-10 minutes, it felt like just complete helplessness.
Despite the setback, the Jazz still won in the game against the Grizzlies last night. Because of the Salt Lake Airport's location along bird migration paths, there are concerns about future bird-related accidents.
Dixie State is calling for the community to help them choose a new name for the university. The university's Board of Trustees formed a 19-member name recommendations committee. This committee is in charge of finding and submitting a new name to the Utah Board of Higher Education. They created a survey to help them reach out to students, alumni, and community members to get their input on what the name should be.
That will be available for anyone to take. It will be open for anyone, and they will be able to find that survey also on the same website.
After a decision is made, the Board of Trustees will vote on the name. The name will then be passed to the Utah Board of Higher Education before making it to the Utah Legislature. Those involved in the name change assure the community that there is no plan to change anything but the university's name, and the D on the Hill will stay the same. You can vote on their website at dixie.edu/name process.
Provo is the 16th safest city in Utah. According to SafeWise, Utahns are 23% less concerned with crime than other Americans, and fewer than 4 in 10 Utahns worry about their safety on a daily basis. Spanish Fork took the lead as the safest city in Utah, with Provo coming in number 16, Orem takes 19th place, and Draper comes in last place as number 20. SafeWise uses FBI statistics to determine which cities are the safest. BYU has 3 graduate programs that have earned their way to the top 50 in the nation. BYU's Master of Public Administration program came in at number 49 for public affairs. The Marriott MBA program ranked number 30 among other MBA programs, and the law school is number 37 among law programs. BYU also had several graduation programs placed in the top 100. New police body camera video is shown in day 4 of the Chauvin trial.
Hands up right now!
See Chauvin's reaction after George Floyd's body was taken away in an ambulance. We'll show you the video.
California authorities finished the Tiger Woods crash investigation. Why the details of the accident will not be released to the public.
Police rescue a man from a burning car. Find out what caused the fire.
And above normal temperatures are headed our way. What you need to know for the weekend up next.
Four people are dead and one is critically injured after a shooting in an office building in Orange, California. Police responded to a call of shots fired on Wednesday night and engaged the shooter. While walking through the scene, officers found the 4 victims, one of which is a child. Another was injured and she remains in critical condition. The suspect is now in custody and has been taken to a hospital in critical condition.
Authorities have wrapped up their investigation into the Tiger Woods crash. Los Angeles County Sheriff Alex Villanueva confirmed they know the cause of the accident. However, their findings will not be made public because of privacy issues. The information cannot be released without Woods' permission. Woods is still recovering after suffering severe injuries in the rollover accident last month. So far, there has been no comment from Woods, his agent, or his lawyer.
A U.S. Border Patrol camera caught someone dropping 2 young children over a border fence in New Mexico. This night vision footage shows a human smuggler climbing over a 14-foot-high wall, then dropping a small child over the side, followed by another. A Border Patrol agent saw it all happen and alerted agents, who found a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. The 2 are sisters from Ecuador and are currently in Border Patrol temporary holding.
A man is saved from a burning car. 2 police officers in Arizona are hailed as heroes after they rescued an unconscious man from his burning vehicle. The man swerved and hit a tree in a neighborhood front yard. Responding officers broke the windows with a fire extinguisher and pulled the 55-year-old out and performed life-saving measures until the ambulance arrived.
New evidence is presented on day 4 of the Derek Chauvin murder trial. Daryl Forges has a story.
A witness breaking down on the stand, watching footage of George Floyd's arrest. Another feeling remorseful for simply doing his job.
If I would have just not taken the bill, this could have been avoided.
A third describing the moment Minneapolis police officers first encountered Floyd.
One officer drew a handgun and opened the door and pointed the gun at whoever was in the driver's seat. It startled me.
That moment caught on then Officer Thomas Lane's body camera, shown in court yesterday for the first time.
Hands up right now.
Floyd begging officers not to shoot him.
Please don't shoot me, please, man. I'm not gonna shoot you.
Also heard for the first time Chauvin's reaction after Floyd's body was taken away in an ambulance as he's confronted by a witness who criticized Chauvin for kneeling on Floyd's neck.
That's one person's opinion. But no, I gotta get him. We gotta control this guy because he's a sizable guy.
Witness Charles McMillan says he had a short conversation with Chauvin after because he said simply what he saw was wrong.
But the dad gotta look at you as a maggot.
In Minneapolis, I'm Daryl Forges.
Siri, as we know her, is no longer the staple for Apple.
I can neither confirm nor deny that. I am not authorized either to confirm or deny.
Yesterday, the company announced that to promote inclusiveness and diversity, the female voice for Siri will no longer be the default. Users will now get to choose what the voice's gender will be while setting up their iPhone. They will also be adding 2 new voices.
Happy April Fool's Day.
Kat, it's still March. It's not April Fool's yet.
Really?
Yeah, really. Yeah. Well, April Fools. It is actually April Fools today, and Sierra Isasaga is here to tell us who can take a joke and who can't.
This is the one day that you have absolute freedom to play whatever prank you want, right? Well, turns out April Fool's Day pranks don't always go according to plan. Check out some of these pranks gone wrong.
Another dude.
What are you talking about?
Yo, what?
Did you just
Japanese TV show where they just have unsuspecting people walk into this elevator and then the freaking floor drops out and then they capture them in slow motion to watch their horrified faces as they fall to seemingly what might be the end. And then all of a sudden...
According to YouGov, Americans under 30 are the only age group to think April Fool's Day jokes are more amusing than annoying. 45% think that they're annoying and 47% think they're amusing. Only a 2% difference there. But not saying some harmless jokes can't bring at least a little good-hearted fun. Here are just a few ideas to still celebrate while at the same time, hopefully not upsetting anyone.
You could say you have brownies and it's just an entire plate of cut out brownies. Plastic wrap over toilet seat, very classic one. Just make sure you know the person and that it's in an appropriate environment. You can gift wrap your coworker's desk and everything on it, and I mean everything. Put googly eyes on everything. Change cell phone wallpaper to a picture of cracked glass. Duct tape a harmonica under the front bumper of their car. Put please use other door signs everywhere.
Overall, just make sure you know the person well enough and you know what would make them laugh versus what would make them a little uncomfy. Have fun and happy April Fool's Day.
Take a look at this volcano in Guatemala. The eruption caused wildfires in the area. You can really see that red hot lava destroying anything in its path. And starting at the top of the mountain, it's making its way down. What is a crazy experience being that one capturing this footage. Speaking of hot, the sun is bright in Utah. Behind me, you can see the gorgeous sunrise this morning in the daybreak area. I wanted to show you how bright and beautiful it was. This is how it's going to be for the rest of the weekend, which is going to be so nice. There is not a cloud in sight. For across the U.S., it is going to be pretty much a similar situation. Sunny skies all across, so beautiful. So if you are traveling this Easter weekend, it is going to be no stress, gorgeous. Also, Mother Nature pulled a April Fool's prank against us. Last month in March, St. George got double the amount of snow compared to Salt Lake City, only hitting 1.2 inches, which is highly unusual. But for today, let's look at what's happening today. Logan, you had a high of 65, low of 37. Provo, a high of 71, low of 41. St. George, a high of 49 and a low of 52. Will be in the 60s and the 70s. So still relatively a gorgeous day today as well. For southern Utah, for the 5-day forecast, the next couple of days into the weekend are going to be the hottest, ending Sunday at 87, but Saturday is going to be your hottest at 89 degrees, a beautiful weekend there, and then cooling off into Tuesday at 77 degrees and ending at 52 at night as well. For northern Utah, it's going to be pretty much a similar story. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, gorgeous hot days for that Easter weekend. 81 degrees. Sunday is going to be the hottest. Monday and Tuesday will start to cool down just a little bit for a perfect week next week. So no jokes here this week, just bright, beautiful skies all weekend long. That's all I have for you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Isabel. Sometimes reporting the news can get a bit hairy.
It goes whoosh. Oh.
Ooh.
I didn't want to look okay, I knew it.
That's just a taste of the bloopers to come. Watch us make fools of ourselves next.
Time and time again, you know, when I'm doing street magic, I'll walk up to someone and I can just see that they're against me, right? They don't want to be amazed. They don't want this experience to happen. But then the magic happens.
Can we be there?
And all of that falls away.
I know that some will say, come on, man. It matters a little bit.
Stunned. I believe in magic.
It's the experience of waking up and seeing things the way you saw them before they became ordinary.
I needed to try.
That's the goal. I'm looking for that experience of wonder.
Never get old.
Oh, sweetie. Okay, you know what? Let's take off his sweatshirt. Get rid of pictures of him. You don't have to look at him. Goodbye, Dave.
Mom, you don't understand. He's tagged in like 400 of my posts.
I can cut out tags.
No, that's not how it works.
What is a tag?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care would love to share their first with you.
It's tradition to have an end-of-semester blooper reel, and this year's anchors and reporters did not disappoint with embarrassing yet hilarious content. Enjoy our mess-ups, mumblings, and mistakes.
We are live in 3, 2, 1.
Go. Don't go.
They said to keep doing it. I feel like you are playing a prank on me.
In Utah, we're seeing the same snow mix, and I think we'll bounce over to you guys.
Miley Cyrus is writing now. Multiple proposals and bills. Holy, I'm so quite sure if it's 2020 or what does that mean?
Is it running? Yeah. Is it like flashing red? Search legal one more time.
Thanks, Jessica.
Are we going? Are we not going?
Shoot. My hair. Oh, shoot. Oh, you're good, Yeah, don't worry. Dang it. No. Dang it. Stop.
/NewsLine.
Have a great day.
It stresses me out that you're like looking at me.
The sun, we have about this today.
Tense in the correct
negative effect. Chaka and
All in Provo. Oh wait, sorry. I just problem she should.
silence. Oh, I have to stand here. Oh, it fell off again.
It lasts longer. Reporting for NewsLine in Draper.
Students are struggling with housing. Okay.
Okay, we'll just go. Gotta cut the accent now.
But if it's not, she plans to... Just important to know who our representatives are representing. This is a bunch of baloney. I don't know what I'm saying. Between stimulus checks and unused vacation funds, I can't have you dancing.
Scared, I was a bit afraid. At first I was afraid, I was petrified.
Thanks for joining us. Have a good day.
For more information on our stories or to share them with your friends, check out our website at universe.byu.edu/. What a good year this has been. This job is harder than it looks, we promise.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was probably only a small fraction of our bloopers. But let's peep this sweet exhibit at the Racine Art Museum in Wisconsin.
People from around the country submitted nearly 150 pieces of art made out of or inspired by, you guessed it, Peeps candy. The creations include everything from dioramas and sculptures to paintings. And the museum's executive director says the very first Peeps piece is getting a permanent home at the museum. The Peeps exhibit at Racine Art Museum ends April 10th.
I wonder what would happen if somebody, I'm not saying I would do it, but if somebody just went in there and like took a bite out of the exhibits.
Oh, that wouldn't be me. I really don't like Peeps, marshmallows in general.
If you
no offense, Peeps, or the museum. I bet it's a beautiful museum.
Makes a great s'mores, I think. It's been a moment since I've done it.
We should try that. I'll do that with you,
Maybe we'll try it later today or this weekend or something.
Thanks for joining us today for Newsline.
For more information on our stories or to share them with your friends, check out our website at universe.byu.edu/newsline.
Have a great day.